Welcome, friends of Japanese prints and other Japanese artworks. I'm Dieter Ventura, manager and owner of the Artelino company, artelino.com, and we sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions. In today's video, I want to start it with a question for you. Do you know this guy? You know him, yeah. It's Daniel Kelly. Daniel Kelly. Wonderful artist, wonderful artworks, but this guy has a bad habit. Look at him, smoking. In one of my recent videos, which was only about Daniel Kelly, I told him to quit smoking, but this guy doesn't listen to me. By the way, this is also an art print by him, and we'll have it in one of our coming auctions. But today I want to present another artwork by Daniel Kelly, so don't go away. So here we have it, this artwork by Daniel Kelly. The title is Dead Soldiers. The technique, mixed media, it's really a little bit difficult to explain, but I will show it afterwards again by taking it into my hands. It's on paper, and this paper is pasted in Shin-Collé technique on an irregularly shaped but rather stiff synthetic material. And it's not very heavy, it's really lightweight. It's rather large, you will see it afterwards in the next sequence. It's roughly 20 by 35 inches, or in centimeters for our European clients, so roughly 50 by 89 centimeters. The total edition of this artwork is just 45 available copies of this artwork, and the edition for this one is, the edition number is 28, and you see it here written in white chalk, 28 out of 45. It's also hand signed, also in white chalk, and it was published in 2011. Well, I'm not very tall, but nevertheless, you can recognize this is huge, pretty huge. And I now will show it for you from verso so that you can recognize a little bit how this is pasted on this base material. This is, by the way, this is a material that is made from paper that comes from Nepal. So can we zoom in? Well, my friends, let's now take a closer look at the subject of this art object. Well, you see two beer cans, and they are labeled Ibizo. Ibizo is actually one of the 7 lucky gods in the Japanese legend, Japanese mythology. And well, Ibizo, he fishes the luck with his fishing rod. And there you can see the fishing rod. And these two beer cans, they're actually placed on something that is a fraction of an old traditional kimono, if I'm not wrong. You may now ask, why the title Dead Soldiers? Very good question. Answer, I don't know. Sorry, folks. But what I know, currently we have this wonderful art object in our current auction. And you may also be worried about shipping. Before, in the sequence before, you saw it's huge and it's an unusual shape. Might it break, or okay, is it really well packed? So don't worry. We ship Japanese prints and other artworks since 2001, and we are pretty good in that. And it will arrive safely at your location. I'm not sure how much you may know about Daniel Kelly. He's a well-known artist, okay, but not everybody is familiar with the art scene, so a few words about Daniel Kelly, his biography. He's an American born in 1947, wonderful year. And he began as a student of Tokoriki Tomikichiro in Kyoto. And still today, Daniel Kelly lives and works in Japan in Kyoto. There's also a book about him, Daniel Kelly, an American artist in Japan. I think it was written by Michael Verne and published by Michael Verne, but don't bash me, I'm not quite sure. But there's a book, I don't have it with me, just want to mention it. And in case you have now any doubts, when I told you Daniel Kelly is a renowned and famous artist, okay, I can mention a few museums which represent Daniel Kelly. The Met in New York, Metropolitan Museum of Art, one of my favorite museums, by the way, for me the most wonderful museum in the world. Then the Museum of Modern Art in New York, of course, Free Sackler Gallery in Washington, D.C., the British Museum in London, and in case you should be in Australia, the Museum of New South Wales in Sydney in Australia. Daniel Kelly is on the internet, however, not quite easy to find if you just type in on Google or somewhere else Daniel Kelly, because there are some other more or less or more renowned or more popular guys with the name of Daniel Kelly. One I think is a kickboxer. So when you search for Daniel Kelly on the internet, type in Daniel Kelly artist, and then you will find his homepage, websites from other sources, and also an article by Artelino, of course. If you have problems understanding this artwork, okay, I can understand that. Here I have a wonderful quote by a contemporary Chinese artist, by Cheng Su. Cheng Su once said, wonderful sentence, my friends, art should be felt, not understood. Okay, well, we've come to the end today. Let's conclude. Well, you can buy artworks by Daniel Kelly, fortunately, in our auctions every now and then. And I already told you before, I think, well, currently in our current auction, we have this wonderful, precisely this wonderful artwork offered. And something else, Artelino runs online auctions on the internet since 2001. But we do not buy prints, yeah? We do not offer anything, we have no inventory. Everything that we offer comes from consignments, from collectors like you, for instance, or from dealers like you, for instance, or also partly from contemporary artists. So if you have a collection of Japanese prints and want to sell it, okay, in my view, Artelino, the best place for selling as well as buying that you could imagine. Okay, thanks for watching today, and I would be pleased to see you for our next video. Goodbye.